My boss denied me a raise before my shift today. What's some music you've never wanted to hear in a coffee shop? All of Weird Al Yankovic. A new show called Sweeping Up with the Kardashians, where Kim is forced to work for minimum wage in the retail and service industries for 1 year without access to any of her assets, and then read back quotes she said about getting to work. Mother-in-law made a comment last night about, I know, when I started working I made $7 an hour. Y'all, I looked it up, and that's the equivalent of $19 an hour today. Boomers think they know. They don't frickin' know. Never told the boss off like this, and it felt amazing. Hey Brandon, we're short-staffed for the rest of this year because Sarah just quit without any warning. We're really backed up, so I'm going to need you to come in during Thanksgiving this year. Don't be shocked if you have to come in during Christmas Eve and day 2. I already told you 3 weeks ago I need that week off and you agreed. Now you're changing your mind? I will not be working Thanksgiving, and if you ask me again, I will not be working for you at all anymore. We've had to set expectations with you multiple times this year. Coming in is the least you can do. Your PTO request has been denied. I'm not asking you to come in, I'm telling you that you have to. And I'm telling you that you'll have no worker at all now. I quit. Absolutely so based of you. Hell yeah. Seems as good a time as any to remind people that loggers, roofers, construction workers, sanitation workers, truckers, miners, agricultural workers, etc. all have statistically more dangerous jobs than cops. And if they refuse to do those jobs, they get fired, not more money. Just putting that out in the world. This frickin' motivational quote when I walked in this morning. The reward for work well done is the opportunity to do more. No, the reward for work well done is a frickin' paycheck. I worked for a billing office and built programs to make it easier to keep track of clients, payments, and records. I was fired and told to finish out 2 weeks. In that time, I removed every program I'd created and put them back on their outdated original program. Hell yeah! Got a new manager at work and he said he doesn't believe in working from home and wants the office back in 5 days a week from Monday. I've never seen so many registration letters in my life. Good. People who have to pester at not working from home and working in an office when your productivity stays the same doesn't make any sense. That would be like if my bosses made me fly to Australia every week to go do my voice work for the week. It doesn't make any sense. Stupid. Controversial thesis. If the highest paid person in your university or college is the basketball coach or the football coach, then it is not a university. It is a sporting franchise with a side hustle and tertiary education. When you learn that there are horses with better work-life balances, not only do horses get the benefit of 133 vacation days, they also only work 5-hour work days, receive multiple relaxation breaks, daily meals, as well as room, board, and transportation. And to top it off, they get to live on beautiful Johns Island at the Doyle family farm. Now, if you're asking us, we wish we had this great of a setup. The Doyle family farm is about 20 miles away from downtown Charleston, and the animals are transported by truck and trailer to get to work. Once they make it to the Big Red Barn, the animals only work an average of 5 hours a day. The city of Charleston requires that no animals should work more than 8 hours a day, but Palmetto Carriage Works likes to keep the day shorter for their animals. People are always questioning how much and how hard Palmetto Carriage works their animals, so it's time to answer those questions. Along with everything mentioned above, during each shift, the animals are given plenty of rest, making sure each animal gets a 15-minute break at minimum for a drink, and sometime by our misting fans. Oftentimes, during downtime, Big Red Barn, the animals can be found asleep standing up, with one hind foot cocked an hour. I don't get the argument that employers can't afford to pay $15 an hour. That's the value of labor. If I can't afford a Porsche, then I can't get a Porsche. I don't get to demand a discount on Porsches. If a business can't afford labor, that's on the business, not the labor market. The average rent in the US hit a new record high of $18.27 last month. On the federal minimum wage of $7.25, people take home $12.56 a month. People aren't exaggerating when they're saying it's becoming unlivable here. It's not becoming unlivable, it is unlivable. Okay, fine, we'll take the babysitter rate. $10 a kid times 6 hours a day equals 65 times 28 kids a class equals 1820 times 180 school days equals $327,600. Sounds great. I think we should pay teachers this much, honestly. Today I learned some office employees make a point of taking laptops home every night to give the appearance of productivity, whether they intend to work at home or not. Office culture is exhausting. I started a new office job this week. I noticed everyone took their laptops home at the end of every day and brought them back every morning. I worked my full 8 hours plus salary and felt good about what I accomplished, so I left my laptop there. I told this to my family, and my husband informed me that it is common for people to make a show of bringing home work to show how dedicated they are, even if they don't do any work overnight. I am so over office BS culture. Why are we pretending to work overtime? Just to prove to the boss that we're good little worker bees. I don't belong in an office. I just can't think that way. Going remote soon, hopefully. Don't union, but if they're there, be collaborative. promotes a union-free atmosphere and where appropriate, establishes collaborative relations with unions. Union-free atmosphere. You lost me. Can you sue for wrongful termination even if they offer you the job back and you turn it down? A buddy from work recently got fired for seemingly no reason, and the rumors floating around wouldn't be grounds for immediate termination. If he were to sue for wrongful termination, and they offered his job back and he told them to go screw, would suing be off the table since now he has an opportunity to return to work and it isn't by his own choice? Guys, I'm sorry, but these are giving me a freaking headache with how awful these corporations and employers are. I feel so bad for these guys. For the employees, not the employers. The employers can go frick themselves. Just your regular reminder that $15 an hour debate has been going on for so long that the actual living wage is now around $24 an hour. Nobody is your friend. Just mind your business. Learn all you can. Do your job. Get your paycheck. Go home. Absolutely. Absolutely. You do not need to go above and beyond for these motherfuckers. Missionaries thought Hawaiians were lazy because by noon, Hawaiians were surfing, doing art, and socializing. What they didn't see was that Hawaiians started the day at dawn and were so efficient and organized that they were done planting, harvesting, and cooking for the entire day by 9 a.m. Reminder, if a team runs itself for 6 months while you hire a manager, you shouldn't be hiring, you should be promoting. Things you overhear as an overworked first-year teacher. I'm a 23-year-old first-year teacher at a charter school. I teach mostly 9th and 10th graders, and I'm slowly making my way through my first semester. This weekend was finally our fall break. As such, I've decided to post the highlights from my first 8 weeks of teaching. For reference, the kids call me Mrs. M, even though I am definitely not married. Enjoy. Mrs. M, what do you want to be when you grow up? A boy pulls a female classmate aside after class. Can I ask you something? He waits for the room to empty. Have you ever heard of neodymium crystals? What the hell is that? Leaving class one Friday. Damn, Mrs. M has a legit donk. But if they are small islands, why don't they just float away? Watching a video about Julius Caesar's assassination. Wait, is this actual footage? I'm gonna die working. In this prison without bars, wasting my best years sitting in front of the computer, losing hours of sunshine, of life with the people I love just to do an abusive journey. In my country, every year, they change the rules and retirement seems more and more distant. Unless you're military or politician, always afraid to lose jobs and be so poor. I always remember the speech from the Charles Chaplin movie, The Dictator. I would love to have born truly free. I'm so tired and hopeless. McDonald's and Visa partnered to show how fast food restaurant workers can live on $8.25 an hour if they budget. Unfortunately, that budget includes working a second job and not having heat. Yeah, $0 on heating. That's so awesome. This is proof that rich people are so incredibly out of touch with reality. It's so true. They are. They have no idea what's going on down here. What aren't people talking enough about? How 70 and 80-year-olds are generally regarded as unemployable due to mental decline and skill mismatch, yet they're exclusively running the country. This is very interesting. Yeah, it is. It is very interesting. We should have term limits. I'm just saying. On everything. Everything. I think part of the problem with raising the minimum wage is half of our politicians were born in the 1940s and still think rent is $71 a month. Oh boy, what I wouldn't do for rent to be $71 a month. I only come into the office with a laptop. I used to bring a backpack, but then people can tell when you're coming into work and when you're leaving. Now I just walk in with my laptop and maybe a water bottle too. That way people think I'm just coming out of a meeting, even if I come into the office at 11 a.m. Sometimes I leave home early too, around 2 p.m., walking out with my laptop. People think I must be walking somewhere. Truth is, I'm walking to the parking lot to leave. Hey, that's base to you, man. Hell yeah. A humorous sign for the office from Wayfair. Company policies. Sick days. We no longer accept a doctor's note as proof of sickness. If you are able to go to the doctor, you are able to come to work. Personal days. Each employee will receive 104 personal days a year. They are called Saturday and Sunday. All employees will take their vacation at the same time every year. Vacation days are as follows: January 1st, Memorial Day, July 4th, Labor Day, December 25th. I'm not expecting any more from Wayfair. They're horrible. This is horrible. Oh my god. Crew are not allowed to discuss their rate of pay. If you see this stuff, def talk about your pay because your employer is def hiding some shady stuff and you all need to stick together for it. Your boss is never going to pay you enough to live next door to him. Let that sink in. Between a friend and his manager at a small packing plant. I need you tomorrow. Saturdays are my days off. I'll be with my fiance. I'm short and I need you to come in. Okay, how much am I getting? Huh? You're short-staffed and you need work tomorrow. We call that expedited. For $39.75, I can be there tomorrow. For 13, I'll see you on Monday. This is the energy that I like. We need to do this more often. Ordered pizza for my kids, and my daughter's math teacher is the person who delivered the pizza. This lady has a master's degree, makes less money than my dumbass, and has to deliver pizza to make ends meet. This ain't the American dream they keep trying to sell us. Have applied for over 2,500 jobs since June. Reached the interview stage with about 45 to 50, and I think in the past few months, none of them panned out because UK companies don't want to sponsor visas. International education in most cases is a massive scam. Universities charge 3 times the fees from us, and then companies that do not want to hire us, and we need to get back home. And that does not equate to the racism one faces. Everyone wants people to work for free. Hi, I'm running a business that shows restaurant owners how to retain their staff better and keep them happy in their jobs. What are the most important things restaurants can do or not do in order to keep their staff happy? Hi, I'd be more than willing to help you out, but I don't work for free. I thought you wanted to make the restaurant industry better. Or do you just want to complain about your problems? You are running a business. Why would I do consulting for free? And then this person lost their business, hopefully. Old rules don't work. Kellogg's has announced it's firing strikers who refuse, designed by striking breaking consultants, offer structure to turn workers against each other, taking applications online. Millennials and Gen Z applied en masse with no intent of taking jobs, crash the system. Yeah! You'll love to see it. Shout out to our parents for hitting an absolute timeline sweet spot. Drop in right after a world war, have a bunch of weird sex before HIV, buy a house for like $20,000, start a family, retire young, and peace out right before the ocean kills us. Man, I would, but I wouldn't give to buy a house for $20,000. A competing company is offering us 20% more to work for them. Manager's response: we seriously appreciate you. Milk is in the refrigerator. Oh my god. That's pathetic. Yeah, 20% increase in income or a box of Rice Krispies. Oh, I'm getting brain damage. I haven't had a full-time job in 7 years. I guess that's in part because I haven't been able to answer wanky questions like these without feeling awkward in interviews. Any advice on what to say or not to say? Give an example of a time you delivered on your commitment even when it was really tough to do so. Lie. Give an example of a time you have gone beyond expectations to deliver a better outcome for someone. Lie. Can you share a favorite experience of working with a team and your contribution to it? Lie about it. What is a valuable lesson you learned from a prior work colleague or team member? Please describe how you have applied that lesson in your own life. Lie about it. Describe a situation in which you recognize a potential problem as an opportunity. What did you do? What was the result? You lie about it. This worked for me. Back before I do what I do now, I got a managerial position at Target, and with these answers, I lied on all of them. And I got the job. I just made up some stuff. They don't look into it. They just want to hear an answer they want to hear. It's some crap, man, I tell you. Big Mac in the US, $5.66. Big Mac in Denmark, $4.90. A McDonald's worker in Denmark makes $22 an hour, gets 6 weeks of annual vacation, gets a union, gets a year of paid family leave, gets life insurance, and a pension. In America, the same worker gets $9 an hour with no benefits. My daughter was just offered a teaching position, $16.25 an hour. She has 2 masters in education. That's $32,800 annual. No wonder they can't find good teachers. She was making $55K as a bartender. Our priorities are messed up. It do be like that. The Flash for some reason. Inflation. No. Wage increases. It's a snail. It's so right. Oh yeah, I'll definitely go in on my day off just to take a picture. Friday, November 4th, we are taking a new store picture at 1:30 p.m. Meet at the service desk. We will be wearing our blue polo shirts. Everybody is asked to join. Let's be proud of where we work and what we do. Even if it's your day off, come in to be in the picture. No. I will not do that. Pooping in a bucket. Just trying to get others' input on how crazy this is. As of yesterday, our toilets, men's room, -2 toilets and 2 urinals, women's, -1 toilet, are useless. Apparently our pipes rotted away and they are full of dirt and soil. We are a fairly small company with 20 to 30 employees. Me and 2 other coworkers are just shocked at how no one else at the company seems to think this is a big deal. It's a law to provide working restrooms, or am I crazy? The water isn't usable to wash your hands even. The closest restroom is a 5-minute drive from our place of work. If someone has legit diarrhea, they are more likely they will shit their pants before reaching a toilet. All the Starbucks employees at the Austin airport just walked out. Good. Good. Don't tell me how rude our generation is, because I've worked in customer service for over 3 years, and I've never had someone close to my age yell and freak out on me like the older generation does. I got a 25-cent raise this year, which absolutely is not keeping pace with inflation, and then I get to walk into work and see the owner's new toy. Oh my god. Please pay your employees properly before you buy a new whip. Come on, man. Business. Pepsi has sued 4 Indian farmers, $150,000 each, for growing the type of potato used in the chips of its Lay's brand. What stage of capitalism is it when massive corporations can sue poor people for growing food? Mouse jigglers are lifesavers. Calling all remote workers. I just came across, so it's new to me, something called a mouse jiggler. I don't want to break any rules, but I haven't seen previous posts about it, so I thought I'd share. Just search mouse jiggler on Amazon. Not sure if posting a link would cause me to break any rules. My work laptop goes to sleep and logs me out after 5 minutes, and it's preset. I just find it really annoying, especially since I'm at home and don't have to worry about privacy concerns. Obviously, don't use it in public or at the office, but I finally have freedom to use the bathroom and not be logged out when I get back to work. Or God forbid, I grab a snack. Hope this helps. Please note the timestamps. I'm at my desk. You are late. Thank you. What? I'm late? Yes, your day starts at 8:30. Yes, I messaged you 5 minutes ago. Nope, you messaged me at 8:34 a.m. Just sent you a picture of my message where it says 6 minutes ago. I'm not gonna argue. I have 8:34 a.m. Oh my god. God. My blood's boiling. It's boiling so bad. So I'm just thinking out loud here, but what happens when the majority of the population stops being able to afford the cost of living? The fact that almost no jobs are advertised as low stress is concerning. I've been looking for work the last couple months, and I just find it concerning none of the jobs try to entice people with the words low stress. In fact, most listings do the opposite and classify the job as a fast-paced environment to make it sound even more stressful. Does anyone else feel like this is just weird? I get trying to not attract slackers, but that doesn't mean people who are looking for positions with minimal stress aren't hardworking. Feels like it should be a bigger story that a Hyundai plant in Alabama got busted this week for hiring dozens of kids as young as 12 years old to manufacture parts in a metal shop with numerous health and safety citations, including for maimed limbs. Someone stole $950 worth of items from a Walgreens. There were 309 news stories about it. Walgreens was caught stealing $4.5 million from employees, and it got one single story. Unfortunately, everyone either quit or didn't show up. I'm also gonna quit. Have a great day, though. Hey, I hope you have a great day too. There is no teacher shortage. There are thousands of qualified experienced teachers who are no longer teaching. There's a shortage of respect and proper compensation for teachers, allowing them to actually teach. Management's letter on salary increment. It's the end of October. I'm a performing employee. Guess who didn't receive a raise? There are still many challenges ahead of us, hence management no choice to postpone the annual salary increment until October of this year. I urge every one of you to give your contribution 100% to achieve your goal this year. I can assure you that the company will reward you for your effort contributed. Thank you. Absolutely wild how the most important story in the country right now is an impending strike of 125,000 railroad workers that will devastate supply chains, and no one is covering it because it'd be virtually impossible to avoid that the unions are completely in the right here. I'm a skilled tradesman who is supposed to get a $3,000 bonus at the end of the year for making the company $150,000 in profit. Per my contract, I doubled it, which is supposed to increase my bonus. This is what I received. 100% done with this industry. You got a pair of socks instead of at least $3,000? That better be a good spanking pair of socks. Millennials watching the Gen Z working class quit via text without notice. Attention, we do not get our tips. Our boss takes all of our tips. For more info, please talk to the cashier. I'm concerned. Just found out a coworker worked a 99-hour week last week and is on the schedule to work over 100 this week. He works in a different department. They're extremely short-staffed. How is this legal? This is just insane to me. Kansas, by the way. After a post about employee policy went viral here, my BF lost his job. Not sure if this violates the no repost rule, but as an update, following the post going viral, he was fired without cause. Apparently, this is legal in our state. And the employment laws here in Florida do not support workers' rights. We're both pretty shocked. Working your whole life just to enjoy a few years when you're close to death is one of the biggest scams. I don't have kids and probably never will. I support universal childcare and paid maternal leave. I am never going back to college. I support free college. I don't make minimum wage, but I support increasing it above the cost of living. This is called wanting a better life for people. Dude died, but they made him go to work anyway. I'd show up every day like SpongeBob. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Would you flip burgers for a salary of $350K per year? You would? Damn. Sounds like people are okay with working. It's the money that's the problem. Several no's, followed by one yes. Rejection is part of the process, not the end of your story. Keep going. Nobody will hire me, or even tell me why they won't. I keep applying to jobs as a security guard. I've gotten over 8 years of history as a guard, and nothing else. Every job I've applied to for a year now has turned me down on the rare occasion they didn't just ghost me. Then they repost the same job openings shortly after. I've applied to every security job in the city and none of them will hire me or even tell me why they won't. I've spoken with security guards in person and they all say they're horribly understaffed, so to the point of working 30 consecutive days of 12-hour shifts. I think they're deliberately understaffing and the job openings are all just for show, because I can't think of any reason why nobody will hire me. Except that I haven't had relevant work experience for the past year, but this started long before that was ever an issue. You're a nasty little man, and I'm not working for you anymore. He just stood there staring open-mouthed as I got the lads to help me load my toolboxes into my car. There isn't a shortage of skilled workers. There's a shortage of people willing to put up with pay, bosses, everything. I spent 20 plus years as a mechanic and now mow lawns and occasionally pick fruit. Yeah, guy. Sometimes the people that complain of lack of workers are the same ones who make us leave. That's what I have to say about that. Twitter universe. My friend did a drug test for a part-time job for the local school district. When she got her results, she found out that the district also did a pregnancy test. Besides ethical issues, this seems like a legal red flag, given she wasn't told this would be done. Yeah, I would be pretty pissed. That seems like a very, very big invasion of privacy.